So in hour one, I literally start out by doing this. And then I followed roughly these steps.
Because the default is the current state of the color. Here we have different properties for changing the materials, and for now I'm just going to show you the colors. Then you
What the f? Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but that's basically what happened in the first couple of hours. Oh, okay, so you might be asking yourself, why are you learning? And to that I respond. However, the main reason is that I've got a 10-week uni project coming up, and after watching this video,
and have these students submit to me a portfolio that they
I came to the realization of my own sheer design incompetence. And I made myself feel even worse by going on Behance and seeing projects like this, this, and this. So yeah, that's why I undertook this adventure of learning. Anyways, back to the video. So somewhere in my YouTube limbo, I stumbled across this video by Matt Kander. It really helped me set realistic expectations and guide my learning. Realizing that I had so much to do and learn before my project submission, just to even come close to the projects that I'd seen on Behance, I really had to step and speed my game up. So, what did I do? For a good 4 hours, I was basically messing around in Cinema 4D, working on this one image, generally just exploring and messing around in the program. That being said, while I did spend a lot of time on what ended up being, one image, I do feel like this is the best way to learn, because during these 4 hours, I basically tried mimicking the learning process that I used when I was first learning Photoshop in 6th grade. So I got inspired by some really cool examples, which motivated me to make my own thing, and then I basically just messed around in the program until I achieved what I had envisioned. The reason I love this learning process so much is because I really feel like I get to learn the ins and outs of the program through a series of like, holy, it can do that? Types of moments. Thanks to Matt Kander's video, I discovered Grayscale Gorilla, and at first I was hesitant to buy a subscription, even with the student discount. However, after looking at all of the things that hid behind the paywall, I realized this is going to be an investment. That being said, it's been very useful for my learning so far. And so yeah, at this point, my days basically looked like Since my deadline was coming up, I realized that I needed to shift away from learning rendering in Cinema 4D and actually start modeling in Solidworks. I'm a pretty lucky guy since my roommate is a Solidworks genius, so whenever I didn't really know anything or I felt like I was doing something very inefficiently, I could just...
Yo, Tiernan! Yo!
How do I move a body?
Move copy body!
Oh. Thanks.
No worries.
And then get on with my project. So, would I recommend spending 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, learning 3D? No, 12 hours isn't enough. Definitely 13 plus hours to like really get good at it. Okay, no, I'm totally kidding. But for real, probably not. However, from doing this 3D learning sprint, I really feel that my skill set has really expanded, and my own personal horizon for what's possible in my future projects has really just widened, I guess. And over these next few weeks, definitely expect more 3D based videos because I'm just getting started. During these 30 hours, I was basically just stuck in SolidWorks, really trying to focus on making as close to a manufacturable model as I could. So I used a site called TraceParts to import pre-designed screws, hinges, and slider rails into my SolidWorks file so that I could speed up my concept creation. One big mistake I made in designing my wardrobe was that I used a mix between a bottom-up design method and generally just freestyling it in a part file. I'll go over the differences between a bottom-up and top-down design method in a later video, but basically I created the whole product in a part file, then realized that I needed to make an assembly to create exploded views and export individual parts. This added 10 plus hours simply because I had to recreate the whole model in an assembly file. Probably a more experienced SolidWorks user who's watching this right now and kind of scratching their head at the stupidity of my process. However, I'm kind of hoping that I was pretty efficient. One great tip I learned was the convert entities command. So I could basically just reference holes in one body and reference the positioning onto another one instead of having to use my slow method of smart dimensioning both things to a certain length. So yeah, thank you, Tiernan. It's for the video. Okay, so the final stretch consisted of me realizing that I didn't have enough time to render everything in Cinema 4D since I didn't know enough about the program. So I had to fall back on SolidWorks Visualize, which could give me similarly good results, but I had less control over the details. The good thing about Visualize is that I could update the model in my normal SolidWorks assembly file, and that would also update, or give me the option to update in Visualize. And that technique allowed me to create renders like this, and this. As you can see, I'm heavily inspired by Apple's sort of designy, like edges highlighted and very dark background sort of product renders. And in the end, my portfolio ended up looking something like this. So after roughly 100 hours of CAD, I was able to become quite comfortable in SolidWorks Visualize, and Cinema 4D. However, I'm very far from done. I still have so much work to do on the Ram's wardrobe, like making in-context realistic renders. Basically it looks like a photograph, but you wouldn't be able to tell that it's actually a render. And to do that, I really need to learn Cinema 4D. But I mean, that's a video for another day. Anyways, that's a wrap. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, you know, all that YouTube jazz. Also, if you're a recruiter or like a hiring manager and you happen to be watching this video, I'm looking for an industry placement for the 2022 to 23 academic year. So yeah, if you like my work, if you like me, if you like my content, feel free to hit me up at hello@vicruzdesigns.com. Also, I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.